SSDI and SSI, the 5-year rule explained. I have all the details and exactly what you need to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. I know in this video we're specifically focusing on the 5-year rule, which pertains to SSDI and SSI beneficiaries. In fact, when it comes down to SSDI, there's actually 2 different 5-year rules, but in this video I do want to focus on the one 5-year rule that also pertains to SSDI and SSI beneficiaries. This encompasses about 17 million beneficiaries, therefore it's probably pretty important, and it does pertain to your benefits in the event you stop receiving benefits, then how to get those benefits reinstated quickly without jumping through a million different hoops from Social Security. I have all the details for you here in the video. Let's get right into it. Really fast before we do, thanks so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe right down below the video. It's totally free to do so. There's that big old subscribe button waiting for you down there. Make sure to hit that if you have not done so yet. And also, feel free to share this video with your friends, family, social media, as I truly want to help you out in any way that I possibly can. I know the last few years have been very, very confusing with a lot of things changing, and realistically, there's a lot more to come as far as changes. As we do know, Social Security is going to be massively, massively reformed. We know that lawmakers are currently talking about that, and it's only a matter of time. Therefore, I'm here for you every single day to bring you the latest updates and talk through all these details during this very weird time we've been living through and will continue to live through over the next few years as well. So again, thanks for being here. Truly do appreciate it. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, and let's get into it and talk about the 5-year rule that pertains to these beneficiaries, about 9 million SSDI beneficiaries and about 8 million SSI beneficiaries as well. All right, so like I said, there's actually a couple different 5-year rules, depends on how you look at it, but I want to talk about the one that does pertain to all of these beneficiaries. All right, now let me explain the situation a little bit, because we need to kind of lay the groundwork here, because it's probably a little bit confusing to think, wait, I don't get it. Like, where does this pertain to me? How does this come in, and all the details like this? Now, if you're currently receiving benefits, well, first off, congratulations, because you know the process, right? It is a long one. A lot of times, the application process, the appeal process, and all kinds of things like this, if you have to go through the appeal process, it can take a very, very long time. And it can be, very exhausting to go through that process of, oh, I submitted my application, I waited around forever, they denied it, I had to, appeal, all kinds of stuff like this, get legal representation, again, time and time again. It can get very, very frustrating, it can get costly, and it can also be, a very, exhausting process to go through. Anyway, let me explain the details about this, because one of the major fears out of fixed income beneficiaries, Social Security, SSDI, SSI beneficiaries, is the fear of potentially losing benefits someday. Let's be real. How many of us are scared of that, right? I think that is a major fear with a lot of people, which is why a lot of people don't dare try to make any money. I'm not saying that you shouldn't. I'm just simply saying a lot of people are very fearful to get any type of income, maybe work part-time or something like that, because there's this idea that you're going to lose benefits if you do, which is not totally true. In some instances, yes, but not totally true for everybody, okay? However, this 5-year rule that I do want to talk about here. So here's what it comes down to. I'm going to explain this, very simply if I can here, okay? So let's just say that you're receiving benefits, okay? So you obviously, a disability has come about, and you now have a disability, and you're not able to work at the capacity that you once did. So you're either receiving SSDI or SSI benefits. And again, that's going to be predicated on your personal situation, your income, your work credits, things like that, how much you've, paid in essentially through Social Security, that your age is going to play a role in all this. There's a bunch of different factors to determine which benefits you're going to be qualified for. But let's just say that you're receiving one of these 2 benefits. It literally doesn't matter, just either one of these. Let's just say that you're receiving the benefits for, say, 3 years, okay? Doesn't really matter the time frame, but let's just say you're receiving the benefits for 3 years. Then you decide, hey, I really want to get out there. I really want to enter into the workforce. I really want to do something like this. And again, it's different for everybody, and it could be working a traditional 9-to-5. It could be working a new small business that you've created. It could be working a large business that you've created. It could be a side hustle. It literally doesn't matter. But let's just say that you've decided, hey, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to hit it hard, and I think that I can do this, and maybe during that time frame, maybe the disability has gone to the point where you can now enter back into the workforce somewhat, okay? Maybe the disability has subsided a little bit, or whatever the situation happens to be. Well, now you've entered into the workforce and you start earning well above SGA, substantial gainful activity, okay? Therefore, your benefits have been cut off, which, by the way, SGA pertains to SSDI beneficiaries, okay? But my point is, let's just say that you're earning a good income, okay? You're well above the SGA limits. Your benefits have essentially ended, okay? Your benefits have ended and you're feeling like, hey, I'm earning so much money right now. That's fine. If my benefits have ended, it's too bad. I miss my benefits. I really want them. But for now, I'm making plenty of money and I'm good for right now, okay? Now, let's just say that the unfortunate situation comes about again, and let's just say that in 3 years after you've re-entered the workforce, your benefits have ended because of, your earnings and stuff like that. Now, 3 years later, you realize, oh no, the disability has come back, or, I have a new disability, or whatever the case is going to be, okay? It's going to be different for everybody. I completely recognize that, but let's just say that now the onset of disability has come back, okay? Now this is a tough situation because, you had benefits, you decided to enter into the workforce, you're working, you're earning a great income, stuff like this, and you were no longer getting benefits. But now you're back in that situation where I can no longer work at the capacity that I once did because my disability has either come back or onset of a new disability, something like that, right? Well, in this case, you can actually go back to Social Security and get your benefits reinstated without jumping through a million hoops from Social Security through the application process, things like this. This is the 5-year rule. So let me explain again what happens. So let's just say that you have you're receiving benefits, you have ended your benefits because you've entered in the workforce and your income and stuff like that has essentially ended your benefit. You have a 5-year window. This is the 5-year rule, okay? You have a 5-year window where your benefits can be reinstated without going through the application process again. If you are outside of the 5-year window, then guess what? You get to jump through a million hoops, pretending like you're a dolphin, jumping through these hoops, things like this, right? The flaming hoops of Social Security, trying to get your benefits essentially reinstated through applying once again, okay? But that's where the 5-year rule comes in, is that during that 5-year period of time, if you find yourself with that disability and no longer to work at the capacity that you once did, you can get your benefits reinstated, and there's no 5-month waiting period either. Not bad, right? Remember, that's another aspect of SSDI, a 5-month waiting period, okay? So a lot of rules here, a lot of hoops to jump through, and again, this is one of the cool things about it. So obviously it's one of these things where it's like a good and a bad, right? It's a give and a take, where it's like, well, I don't really want my disability to come back. I don't want onset of another disability, stuff like that. But in the event something like that happens within that 5-year period of time, you can just go back to Social Security and say, hey, here's my situation. I need my benefits reinstated. Now, obviously, it's not going to be as easy as just calling them and saying, hey, turn on the switch, hit the light switch, and then turn on my checks again. It's not quite that easy, but it's a much easier process than going through 12 months of waiting, the appeal, the application, the legal representation, whatever you have to do to get new benefits assigned, okay? That's a very long process. And then if you had to go through the new application process, then you would need to wait that 5-month waiting period again. Remember that whole thing, the 5-month waiting period for SSDI beneficiaries? Yeah, that's a tough one, right? Anyway, this is one of the 5-month waiting periods that comes down to SSDI beneficiaries. Now, there is another one. I want to talk about that in a separate video because this other 5-month waiting period that I'm referring to only pertains to SSDI. It does not pertain to SSI, okay? So I don't want to allude to that one too much here in this video because it's just honestly going to confuse everything. But this is the 5-month waiting period. Now, here's what I'd encourage you to do. If you plan on working or start working or anything like that, or what I should say is having an income. It doesn't even necessarily mean like working a traditional 9-to-5. It could be having an income from anything. Maybe you're delivering groceries. Maybe you're delivering food from people that order food on apps or whatever, and you go and drive around town and deliver this food. Or maybe you're starting your own side hustle or small business or large business or whatever it is. Literally doesn't matter. Income is income, okay? If you're going to start earning an income, the first thing I would suggest to do, call Social Security. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. It's okay. You're not going to be punished, okay? Especially as an SSDI beneficiary. They give you thresholds every single year, which they call SGA, substantial gainful activity, okay? You can earn up to that limit, but when you exceed the limit, then that's where the problems come in, where benefits could be garnished and or completely ended, okay? But what I would say, if you're currently working, you're going to start working, or anything changes like that, if you're going to start having an income, is essentially what I should be saying. If you're going to start having an income above and beyond your monthly benefit, call Social Security. Have a conversation with an agent. They can record all this stuff. It's not a big deal. You're not going to be in trouble. They're not going to punish you, stuff like that. But just tell them your intentions. Tell them all stuff like that. They'll ask you a bunch of questions. And again, they'll walk you through the process and talk you through exactly how much you can earn without having your benefits garnished. But like I've said before in other videos, if you have the opportunity, if you have a great opportunity that arises where you can earn a bunch of money and your benefit is going to look small compared to the potential earnings you can have, again, I don't want to tell you what to do. That is not my business whatsoever. I'm never here to tell anybody what to do or to influence you in any way. But I would say, hey, if you have an awesome opportunity where you can make a boatload of money and your benefits would be relatively small compared to how much you could potentially earn, I don't know. You maybe want to think about it. Again, just saying, okay? But take into consideration as well, there's a couple, the 9-month trial work period, that is available to you as well. Plus, this 5-year rule is also out there as well, where let's just say you go out there, you hit it hard for a few years and realize, this isn't such a good thing. My disability is here. I can't keep doing this. You can always come back and get your benefits reinstated. Or capitalize on the 9-month trial work period. Take advantage of that as that has unlimited income, okay? You can earn as much as you want during that, okay? There's many different rules here. There's a lot of different windows here. There's a lot of different things you need to know about, and I have dedicated videos talking about all these. But this is the 5-year rule that does pertain to SSDI and SSI beneficiaries, about 17 million beneficiaries that this pertains to. So it's a lot of people out there. And again, just remember that, okay? So if you happen to, receive your benefits however long, and then you decide to, try out the workforce, stuff like that, if it doesn't work out, your disability is there, you can always come back within 5 years, no problem, and get your benefits reinstated. Make sense? Anyway, call Social Security if you have questions about this, or you can always look on their website, but I would say if this is your situation where you want to do this, call Social Security first. Have a conversation, tell them your intentions, tell them your plan. They'll help you work through this, and they'll tell you all the details you need to know about it before you just jump out there and get into it, and then they say, hey, we're going to send you a letter because we've overpaid you. We realized you're making all this money now, right? So you never want to get one of those letters either, okay? Anyway, I hope this one helps you out. Again, another rule, another piece of Social Security we need to focus on. All of these programs have different rules and aspects. We need to focus on all of them because it's very, very important. Either way, hope this helps you. Again, enjoy your day. Take care. Subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other thousands and thousands of videos here on the channel. Until next time, enjoy your day. Take care. Have a good one, and catch you again later in the next